Greetings to you. My name is Babatunde Olabofo. I'm a Nigerian homeless transsexual here in New York City. My late father knows your father. My father was working with First Bank, and my late mother, she used to tell me a story that when I was younger, that my father brought me to a party that your father was hosting as the governor, and that but I fell asleep as soon as we got to the party, and I slept throughout the party. And even when he brought me back home, I was still sleeping. So that people at the party were find that really funny because I was like the only child that was sleeping. The other kids were like out playing. So I don't know if your mother would be able to remember me based on that story. I really don't recall that incident, but my mother before she got killed here in New York, she was telling me this story a lot. So I'm in a very poor state right now. I've been homeless for more than a decade. All my ID has been stolen, and it's very hard for me to survive. My mother's daughters, my mother, like one of them, Bolanle, was moving with like a narcotic gang and was drugging her with was drugging her with freeze poison. So my mother fled Pennsylvania where she was staying with our daughter Bolanle, came back to New York, and then the daughter showed up in New York. Asked them to lock her up in a mental hospital, in the mental ward. My mother was getting treated for heart disease, and that daughter, she was raised here in America. So being that my mother's from Nigeria, the hospital decided to maltreat my mother and was going to lock her up, and that got my mother really upset, and that's how she died. And since my mother's been killed, the police here also locked me up in the mental ward. And there's a policy of locking homeless people up in the mental ward here in New York. And I've been getting threatened whenever I get denied access to the bathroom. I've been getting threatened I'm going to be locked up if I dare use the public bathroom. So they treat me very poorly, and I'm also gay. I'm a transsexual. I'm in the process of becoming a woman, but I do live as a woman. But I cover my face with a full mask to make me look more feminine, and otherwise, because I'm unable to shave, because I'm not allowed to take a shower. I'm homeless for like over a decade now, and if I shave without taking a shower, I end up with like razor bumps and stuff. So I'm just trying to make the best out of the situation I'm in, you know. So I do apologize for my untidy appearance. I'm using two phones to record this. One is on my Facebook Live, and one is on my other phone. So I just had to switch the camera for my Facebook Live to focus on my face. I just realized that the camera wasn't properly positioned on my Facebook Live. On my Facebook Live. So this is what I'm going through. And also, when my mother brought me up from Nigeria, I was a child, and the immigration arrested me. Said my mother's green card doesn't allow her to bring children. My mother had to spend like almost $30,000, and she was also poor. She was working as a home aide. That's like a home. She was assisting the elderly people in their homes to clean and stuff, and she had to spend like $30,000 to free me from immigration prison. And she was hiring multiple lawyers. The lawyers would sometimes just take the money and not show up in court. So it took a long time to have my immigration case resolved. And after my immigration case got resolved, that's when my mother's daughters killed her soon after that. And the police also took my mother's home. So it's just, I've been going through a whole lot. So some people say they're going to kill me and lie that I promised to adopt children with them. And under the law, they said dead people shall no tell. So that's a way they can commit inheritance scam. And my mother used to go to a synagogue church, the late Prophet Joshua's church in Lagos. And before my mother died in 2015, it was saying whatever anybody wants to do, they should do it early in the morning. And they should say good morning, that God would honor their request. So my mother's daughters killed her in 2015 in the early morning hours. So now the words my mother was saying, she was suspicious that those does may be into inheritance scam and life insurance policy scam. And they stole all my mother's property after they killed her. Her daughter's buying for. My mother has another daughter in Nigeria, Funke, and my mother said that daughter was moving with like a bag. She let that daughter was living with the bag thing in Nigeria, and that daughter tried to throw me out of the window as a baby in Nigeria. And my mother had the police arrest her because she was angry that her father is different from my father. So I suffered a lot of tragedies, in my family, with my family and stuff. But I'm but that doesn't make me, that doesn't make me depressed. I'm 44. And so that doesn't make me depressed. By the time my mother got killed, I was in my 30s. I would just like to get this over with and be able to get justice for me and my mother, and be able to, try to live my life. And I would appreciate it, sir, if you can help me with a non-conditional charitable donation to my Cash App. And while homeless, I'm also trying to go to school, and I would also appreciate if you can also borrow me on student loan. If it's the student loan, I would appreciate it if the interest rate is similar to what the commercial banks here in New York City charges students, or what the U.S. government charges students, whatever interest rate. The American government charges students to go to college here, whatever interest rate is lower, and so this is what I'm facing right now. So I'm being accosted by people that say, because of my name, Babatunde, they say they're going to kill me. Say my name's, because my name means the return of a dead parent. So they're going to lie in court that I'm part of a cult. And I told them to kill me and create children for me, and I will be resurrected by taking my sperm and creating children. So this is very xenophobic abuse, and people are targeting me because they feel I'm potentially worth money, because the immigration arrested me as a child, and the police took my home after that. Kicked my mother out of our home unlawfully, and my mother was killed in a city hospital, Bellevue. My mother was allergic, her daughters, Bologna and Flora, came to that hospital, and they were hassling her, and they allegedly told the hospital to lock my mother up in a mental ward. Even though my mother wasn't crazy, they were just very controlling, and because they were raised in America, and they were just elder abusing my mother, who was also from Nigeria. So it's been hard for me to get any assistance. I reached out to the Nigerian embassy to help me with money. I'm obviously not saving Nigeria because I'm gay, and they don't want to help me either. But promise they're going to help me with money and stuff, and help me replace my passport. And while I was locked up in a mental ward in 2019, in a hospital in Brooklyn, New York City, called New York University Hospital. I think that their full name is NYU Langone Hospital in Brooklyn. I was locked up there on July 23rd, 2019. The police beat me up, and framed me up as crazy, and so So this is what I've been experiencing. People said I'm also a Christian. People said they're gonna lie that I wanted to be killed and be resurrected by my sperm being used to create children based on my name being Babatunde. So and I get threatened and like this, which is very xenophobic and which is also very racist, and the lawyers here don't want to help me, the government here doesn't want to help me, and so I feel very, I feel very unsafe being out here without housing. I'm at the World Trade Center right now, so that's otherwise I'm usually outside in the cold, and I believe there's a new virus out now called Hunter virus. So I'm just trying to keep myself safe. I don't really have access to wash my hands regularly, and I also have like stomach upset and stuff because I don't really eat healthy because I can't cook, so I take anti-diarrhea pills and stuff. Very hard for me to find a bathroom. I'm always mistreated. I'm always, as a poor, homeless, gay person, and people have been threatening me that they're going to sex traffic me, force me into marriage, create children for me, as part of inheritance scam and sex extortion. And I've been telling them I'm not looking for marriage, I'm not looking for a sexual relationship, I'm not looking to be part of any religious cult, whether like Pastor Joshua was saying before, I believe he's now dead. He died a few years ago from the synagogue church in Nigeria. He was saying 2015 that people should be saying good morning, and whatever they want to do, they should do it early in the morning. God said that God will favor them if they do things early in the morning. So I don't really subscribe to any form of cult. I don't really believe in that, that God can only help you if you do things in the morning. I'm not really into that kind of, fanatism. I don't wish to be part of any religious cult, so I'm just, so it's been very hard for me to get assistance because of people trying to sex extort me, force me into a fake marriage. Marriage, I'm not looking to get married. I'm looking for marriage or sexual relationship. I'm just trying to survive, but especially with my homeless condition, right now. So this is what I'm focused on, trying to get housing. So I really appreciate your non-conditional financial assistance to me, to my Cash App, NYC Homeless, with a $ in front of the NYC Homeless. Thank you very much for taking the time to view this video, and I very much appreciate it if you're able to assist me with the aforestated request in this video. Once again, thank you.